and welcome to Allana's Manor. Today we have another pick a card reading. This reading will be for the 1st through to the 7th of June 2026, and the decks we're going to be using today is the Trishe Jaimes Oracles and the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra and Taylor. Okay, so for pile card number 1 we have the Black Tourmaline. For pile card number 2 we have the Desert Rose Selenite. And for pile card number 3 we have the Preonite. So you can choose your pile by number 1, 2 or 3, or you can go with whichever crystal you are feeling drawn to. Take a moment to see what resonates with you, and I will see you in the reading. Okay, if you picked card or pile number 1, then this is your reading. And if you picked the Black Tourmaline crystal, then this is also your reading. Alright. First card up is New Ideas or Cutting Cords. Over It, Had Enough. And Socialize or Social Media. Okay, the overall energy for this group is the Garden and the Gate. So this card speaks about having boundaries up, either needing to put boundaries up or you've already put them up for whatever reason. So boundaries is a very important message for this group this week. Okay, starting off here we have new ideas or cutting cords. Some of you may need to cut cords to situations that have been ongoing for a long time. For some of you, it's these situations that have made you feel like you need to put these boundaries up. For some of you, there is good reason to have those boundaries up. However, I do feel like we need to cut the cords from those situations now and start to move forward. You could be experiencing some new ideas coming through this week. You know, this could be ideas about anything specific in your life. You know, your job, your career, a hobby. You know, something you want to start, a project. For some of you, it could be writing. So when you do get new ideas this week, I feel like you need to sit and write those down, because I feel like they're just going to come all of a sudden. Okay, next card here is Over It, Had Enough. Some of you, this could be in relation to your job. Maybe you've had enough of where you're working at and you have new ideas about where you're going to go next. For others of you, there's a situation that you are just over, and if that resonates with you, then that might be why you need to be cutting cords to that situation so that you can move forward. Okay, and the last card here is Socialize or Social Media. So some of you maybe just need to get out, especially if you had boundaries up or you've been keeping yourself like away from other people. Now would be a good time this week to get out and socialize with other people. Maybe connect through social media, organize some type of a meetup. For some of you, there could be a social event going on this week. But I do feel we need to reevaluate our boundaries, whether we need to have those up or whether we need to possibly put some up. Depends on your situation. But again, look out for these new ideas, start writing them down. Whatever situation you've had enough of, it's time to cut the cords to those situations so that you can move forward, and time to get out and socialize this week. Okay, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. If you picked a card or pile number 2, then this is your reading. And if you picked the Desert Rose Selenite, then this is also your reading. Alright, shuffle a little bit more. And here we go. Okay, first card up here is knowledge, more information. Second card, communicate, talk it out. And focus and mental clarity. Okay, the overall energy for this group is door to personal healing and happiness. So I do feel with this card, some of you have been through a period of healing. Some of you have done that healing, you have transformed yourself, and I feel like you are in a happier state now. So maybe some of you have been through something very emotional, very hurtful, but I feel like you're coming out the other side of that now. Okay, first card here is knowledge and more information. So for some of you, there may be something that you are investigating or researching this week, something that you're looking into a little bit more. For some of you, this could be study. For some of you, this could just be research on something. Take your pick, it could be anything. Depends on your situation. For some of you, it's actually, because we have the communicate and talk it out here, so for some of you it's actually going to somebody and asking for advice. Some of you may be asking for information from somebody else this week. Some of you could be talking to somebody about some type of information. Some of you may need to talk to somebody this week. Maybe you haven't spoken to somebody for a little while. Maybe you've been a little bit mad with them. If that is your situation, then maybe it's time to actually communicate with that person this week so you can get past that. But definitely a lot of information, like information research this week. Whether you're researching something for a new project, a new idea, whether you're researching to write a book, whether you're researching to find a new job, whether you're researching to do some study, there's some kind of information that you are researching or some type of knowledge you're trying to gain. Definitely need to be talking to someone either about any of those situations, or maybe a situation where you're mad with somebody that you haven't spoken to for a while, and maybe you need to speak with them and clear the air. We also have mental focus, mental clarity. So I do feel like focus is a big thing this week as well. I feel like we need to do things that clear our mind as well, especially if you are going to be busy researching information. You know, make sure that you take regular breaks, get outside, go for a bit of a walk in between, you know, clear your mind a little bit as well. For some of you, this could be needing to meditate a little bit more this week. Whatever it is that you do to clear your mind, I feel like you need to also be doing that this week. But I do feel we have passed the worst and we are now walking into the better part after a time of intense healing. Okay, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, if you picked card or pile number 3, then this is your reading. And if you picked the prehenite crystal, then again, this is also your reading. Okay, first card up here is abundance and multiplying. Second card is withdrawn, going within. And the third card is emotions, deep connections. Okay, the overall energy for this group is the world. So I do feel like we're at a completion point this week. Something is coming to a finalization. For some of you, you could have completed study. For others of you, there could be a completion within your job. Like your contract is up or you're up for a new contract. For some of you, you could be ending a job and maybe looking at starting something new. There's some type of completion cycle, so something has been completed this week. Or there's something you need to complete this week. Okay, we have abundance and multiplying, so I do feel like for you guys it is a very abundant week this week. I feel like opportunities are multiplying. Yeah, opportunities for finances I feel is a big thing that's coming through this week. Maybe because you have done whatever this completion point is, now there is other options coming in that are going to be available for you. Like almost multiple options. And good options. And that is going to leave you feeling very abundant this week. Okay, we have withdrawn and going within. So for some of you, especially if you're receiving a lot of offers or a lot of options, you may need to just take some time to go within and just think about those options before you respond with an answer. For others of you, if you have come to a completion point, you may just need this week to sit down and just think about where you're going to head next. With this last card here on the end, emotions, deep connections. Some of you may have ended a relationship. And it was a relationship where there was very deep connections and emotions. If that is your situation, then just make sure that you take the time to heal from that situation before moving forward. For others of you, I feel like there's a deep connection, a deep emotional connection to whatever it is that is being offered to you this week. Some of you may just be a little bit over emotional about whatever the completion point is in your situation. Like if you've just finished your contract at work, you might be a little bit emotional about leaving. If you have just graduated from some type of study, again, you may just be feeling a little bit emotional this week. But I also feel like if you are in the situation when there's a lot of options available to you now because of what you've completed, you may also be feeling a little bit emotionally overwhelmed about that as well. So just remember to go within and think about things before giving any answers this week. And keep on top of your emotions. Okay, that is all I have for you this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.